2, is it focused? That sounds so bad. Girl. Wait a minute. Let me double check my math. I didn't even know. I didn't know I had paid that much until like today when I started adding stuff up to record this video. Sometimes you just need a little bit of water. Okay, here we go. Now I gotta get back up. Shucks. Okay. Hey y'all, what's up? It's Felicia.m.mccreary and I am here back with another video. We made it back down here in the Pilates studio. If you are returning, thanks for coming back. If you are new here, thank you for finding my channel, or maybe somebody told you about my channel. I don't know, but you are welcome here. Everybody is welcome. And here I am talking about all things Pilates. Previously, I had like vlog videos about my life in Serbia with my family, but now we are shifting gears over to Pilates. And if there's some trickles of my life here in Serbia, it's okay. So we're gonna talk about how much becoming a Pilates instructor costs, where I received my training, how it all worked out, and the whole process of how to get started. So here we go. Let's just get right into the video. It cost me 450 euros per class. So like the way the classes are set up is for your specific program. Like say if you like, okay, I'll talk about mine, of course. We'll just talk about my program because that's what I did, so I can only talk about what I have experienced, okay? It's 450 euros per class, and you have to take, there's 4 classes that are involved with this program. So you have to do the balanced body, you have to do the balanced body movement principles. You have to do the Reformer 1 training, Reformer 2 training, and Reformer 3 training. Now, those classes will be 16 hours, right? So you got your 16 hours per class, and then you have to take an anatomy class. There isn't a certain amount of hours for an anatomy class. However, you do still have to have that before you're able to even sit for your exam. So it's 450 euros per class. Now, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because it depends on the authorized training center on, let me put this pen down because what I'm gonna do right over y'all. Girl, put the pen down. Okay, so it depends on the authorized training center, and I say that because like if you, so how do I say this? I don't wanna make it sound like I'm ungrateful, or I don't want to make it sound like, I don't want to make it sound messy. However, I was taking class and my classes were 450 euros to start. So I took the balanced body movement principles, I took the Reformer 1 and the Reformer 2. Now, I couldn't take the Reformer 3 training because I was pregnant, okay? I became pregnant during my Pilates certification journey here in Belgrade, Serbia. And how do I explain it? So I had to go home to the United States to have my son. And while I was gone, I was still studying and I was still doing the things I was supposed to do. As far as like just trying to like get my observation hours, and I was trying to like just make sure I was reading my theory, just all the things that I was supposed to be doing. But I couldn't take the Reformer 3 training before I left because, you know, I was a little big. I was a little swole up. Even though you can sit through class, but you still want to be able to practice. Like you have to practice the moves so you can make it through like your modules. Like for me, I wanted to do that, and if I felt like if I couldn't do it, then it was to me like a waste of class. So I just needed to explain that. So I went to the States, came back, and then I was supposed to take my last class, and then I had my little 450 euros ready, and I was told that it was now 550 euros. So I asked why, and it was just like my instructor said she had talked to one of her colleagues, and then that's how much it was. That was it. So overall, I ended up paying 1,900 euros for my classes. Now, that in US dollars is about $2,079.49. All the way down to the penny, okay? So, around $2,000 is how much I paid for everything. And girl, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that until today. Okay, I was just trying to get my certification. I didn't know what I needed to do, but I know I wanted to become a Pilates instructor. So now that we got that out of the way, that's how much the total cost of the program is. But you don't have to pay it all at one time. You could do it like in increments. Like the classes they don't have to be like back to back to back. So it makes it easier. It's like if you want to do a payment plan for yourself, you're like, okay, I know my classes cost 450 euros. This month I'm going to save up enough so I can take this class. And it might take you a little while to finish. Like it took me 2 years. However, it comes with other things when you do sign up to become a Pilates instructor. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next area of concentration, which is where is the school? Like how does this work? So like I said before in the previous video, when I went to the Pilates class with my colleagues and friends for like our group classes, I found out that she was like an authorized training center, or she was able to do the teaching, the theory. So it's through the Balanced Body School, and they're located in Sacramento, California. I'll put it below in the description box if you want to contact them. But they're in the United States. You can either do the mat online, and they have some reformer courses online. It's easier, to me, it's easier to do the reformer instructor training at an actual authorized training facility because I feel like you get more hands-on. And I don't know, I don't know, that's just me. I feel like that's what I wanted to do, so that's what I did. But I feel like you should want to go to the studio, but if you cannot, then this is another option for you. You should just do it online. So in order for me to be able to take a class, it had to be, I'm going to say it this way. In order for me to take a class at that time frame, like say if I wanted to take it on a weekend, like any kind of random weekend, I would have to have another person come with me for me to pay the 450 euros. If it was just me by myself, then I had to pay double the price. I don't know why it was like that. I was thinking maybe it was like a language barrier, or I don't know, girl. I just know I wanted to become a Pilates instructor, so I found somebody that wanted to take the class with me that spoke English, and that's what happened. So I just paid the 450, and then the last class I had to take was 550 euros. So you guys can take, whatever you want from that. But that was my experience. And so like trying to like finish out the training, or like trying to like find somebody else, like trying to find somebody just so I can do a training it didn't make me feel the best. It just put a lot of pressure on me to like, it was unnecessary pressure, I would say, but maybe that's how maybe that's just how it worked over here. I don't know, girl. I was just trying to get my certification, okay? That's all I was trying to do. And here we are. We are certified. So we're not going to talk about that. We're done. We're done with that. So basically, you can see how much they cost. Each place is different. I didn't do that, it's so loud. But each authorized training center is different. There is a number that you can call. You can call the school anytime you want. Like I said, I'll list all the information down below. So, the course breakdown, like I said before, the first class that you have to take is the Balanced Body Movement Principles. Like that's the prerequisite for all the types of certifications that you might want. Like if you want to just be a mat teacher or a mat instructor, if you just want to be a mat instructor, you have to have the Balanced Body Movement Principles. If you want to be like mat reformer and comprehensive, you have to have the Balanced Body Movement Principles. Plus the anatomy. The anatomy is very, very important. If nobody tells you anything else, the anatomy is very important. Learn the human body. If you have to take that class twice, 3 times, take it, because to me that's the most important part. I don't know if they're pushing that in the United States like that. However, I know it's a school that is offered through the United States, but you know, some people be doing stuff different, okay? So now, once you've done that, like you've done your balanced body movement principles, you've done your anatomy, your reformer 1, reformer 2, reformer 3, that's good. You finished all of your instructional theory. Way to go, congratulations, whoop, whoop, thank you, we are done with that. But the thing is that you have to now do your practicum hours. It's kind of like internship work. So what that entails is like you have to have, before you even start the program, you kind of want to have at least 20 hours working on the reformer and like a year of experience just being in like a Pilates environment. You really want to have that under your belt, so everything is not just foreign to you. Like, but if you have like the drive and like you really want to do it and like you're really into it, instructors can see that and they can tell, and it should not be like a big issue for you to be able to just start the program. However, everybody's different, so just, all right, everybody's different, okay? But you want to have passion behind what you do, and if you don't have passion behind it, then it's like, why are you even doing it? Okay? I said after you finish your classes, like your instructional theory, you have to have 30 observation hours. You have to have 30 reformer personal sessions. Like, you have to have 30 reformer personal sessions. So basically, the authorized training center instructor will teach you Pilates like regularly. Like, this is not for, I mean, it goes towards your hours, but at the same time, she's like, you're not going to somebody else. Like, I'm not sure if you can, I didn't ask that question, like if you can go to like another facility and log your hours that way. Didn't ask that question. Like I said, I'm here in Serbia, girl, this is new to me, okay? Like, okay. So after that, so it's 30 reformer personal sessions, 30 observation hours, and that's where you just go and you like watch your instructor teach somebody. And you can also do 10% of your observation training online. After that, you have to have 90 student teaching hours. If you don't always have time to go to a studio, it can get a little tricky. But what I did was, like, when I came back, I knew like I didn't have a lot of time to finish my stuff because we only have like 3 years here in Belgrade, Serbia. So it's like, all right, you are already on your second year. You still have to have 90 hours of student teaching hours, and you just had a baby. Girl, how are we getting ready to do this? What are we getting ready to do? How are we going to get this done? And I think like nobody thinks about the fact that like these hours, they take a lot of thought when you have a small little baby. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't have a small baby, you still have to put work and you have to put thought into what you're trying to do. So what I did was I ordered me a little baby reformer. It was like a little, it was an Aero Pilates reformer. It was like, it was $400 something, and I was like, hey, look, I know I got to get these student teaching hours. I can't always make it to the studio. So what I did was I started teaching on Instagram. Like, not really teaching, but I just started putting stuff on Instagram about like what I was doing, like showing stuff in my book. Like, so this is the exercise we're doing today, and like I'm gonna try it because I was like overweight, which I still I still got a couple more pounds to go, girl. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I'm not gonna hold you. But I know I have like a 9-month-old baby, and I know what comes with that, with like IVF and hormones and stuff. You just have to be very disciplined with your diet when it comes to extra hormones. That's another video for another day, girl. But I was a little heavy, so I'm like, okay, so we have this exercise that we're getting ready to do today, and let's see if we can do it. And that's how I taught my classes. Like, that is how I got my student teaching hours. I had to log everything down. I made sure I was accounted for. Like, I made sure my instructor was able to see my stuff online. So she saw what I was doing. And then I would go to the studio sometimes. Like, I would teach like a warm-up or something like that. Like, that's how I gained my student teaching hours. Like, it's like I just kept doing it. I would show up every day. I would show up for myself every day to make sure I was able to do it. Like, I just did it because I really wanted to do. You really have to want to do this to put the hours and put the work in. Like, you really have to want to do it. If you don't want to do it and you're just doing it because it's like a fad, or it's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to do it because everybody else is doing it, then you're not going to be fulfilled. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you want to be fulfilled in like everything that you do. So now, after you finish that, you have to do your exam. Make sure all of your stuff is done. Make sure your hours are logged. They give you like a little section in the book to where you can log all of your stuff. I logged mine separately and in the book so I can make sure everything matched up towards the end. So when it was time to turn everything in, I was able to, be accounted. Everything was able to be accounted for. And so, did that. And there's 2 different parts to the exam, to where you have to do like the theory, the instructional theory part, like the written portion, and then you have to do like you have to show that you know your stuff, okay? The practicum part. The practicum part of your exam is basically showing that you know what you're talking about. Like, you have a list of exercises that you're supposed to go over, and you show that you know what you're doing. Like, you execute the exercise. And it's not just about executing the exercise. You make sure your client is in the right position. You make sure that your springs are in the right resistance. You make sure that the foot bar is at the right height adjustment. You make sure that your foot straps, the feet straps, you make sure that everything is adjusted to what it needs to be for the actual workout. Like, if your client has scoliosis, or if your client has lumbar lordosis, if your client has kyphosis, like if your client has different ailments or different things that they are struggling with, you're gonna have to know these things. This is not just like, oh, I'm gonna give these people these exercises and like go, because I've seen that happen before and I don't like it. But that's not my business. I can only work on myself, okay? So I think that's it. Like, I feel like this video was super. How many? Girl, that's 32 minutes. Oh, that's a long time. This video is not going to be 32 minutes because we get ready to edit this thing down. I'm going to put the information down in the description box. If you guys have any questions, or if you want to know anything else about like teaching Pilates, send me a message. I look at stuff. I respond to people. Like, I don't just ignore you and things like that. Like, I really want to get involved in the Pilates community, especially for girls that look like me. We talked about this in the last video. It doesn't even have to be just like, okay, I'm a black girl that does Pilates. It's not a lot of us, and that's why I'm saying that, so don't be judging me, okay? Okay, all right. You know it's not a lot of us. I'm here to represent us, so if that's what this means, that's what this means. Not a lot of girls that are curvy that are doing Pilates either. So if you're curvy, you don't necessarily have to be African American. Okay? Then, okay, you can sign up. I don't know. Like, if you shape like me, if you look like me, just, if you can relate to me, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Everybody has it's something for everybody out here. Like, it's about helping people that don't have people to relate to in this field. That is what this is about. I have discovered that there is a need for it, and so this is why I'm here. This is why I am doing this. And on top of that, I want to get to know you guys, and I want to get to know people that are out here that just want to do good for this community. Like, it's a whole nother level to Pilates that people don't understand, and I'm here for all of it. If you were satisfied with the information today, make sure you thumbs up this video, like, comment, subscribe so I can keep producing more content like this. And until the next time, thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.